Alright, hey everybody. So, I'm going to start out with menu tips, and we'll go from there through that and then into gameplay tips. But I think starting with menu tips is going to be a good point to kick off on. So, when you go down into your settings, down in controls, for this, you can set it to what you want. The targeting, I have normal. I know a lot of people use narrow, but I have mine set to normal. I didn't really mess with that. Into your third person, you want to turn aim, look, dead zone down to 0. You want aim, look, acceleration up to max, and then play around with your look and aim sensitivity. Try to keep them both the same though. That way when you're looking and you go into aiming and come out of it again, there's no difference in movement speed of the camera. Then down first person, you can set it the same if you want. I don't worry about it because I don't play first person. I don't like first person in the game modes or games that Rockstar has, so I don't use that. Down here in accessibility, you can put that to toggle to run. I don't do that. I like the hold to run. It lets me tap, as I want, and I'm just more comfortable with the control than having it set to toggle for this game. You can also set these up to 4 times, which will it'll accelerate your tapping speed to full sprint, and then you can have that on hold as well. But generally, you just want to change these ones here, the first and third person. So, like I said, dead zone down to 0, aim, look, acceleration max, and then these, you want those at whatever is comfortable for you. And the reason for that is you can see there's no it doesn't accelerate, you know what I mean? So when you're aiming or looking and you move, it's going full speed the whole time, kind of like what you're used to in other games. It runs a lot more smooth when you do that. Having it where it accelerates, I find, is more for cinematic purposes, which is, I guess, what they were going for with this game, but definitely having it set to those settings there will make it feel more natural in the sense of other games you might have played. Going down into gameplay tips, so there's tons of these. I will have a video up with points on the map that have, I'll have all these down on places that are, points of interest. And then at the end of the video, I will also have one glitch that you can do if you want to, but there's tips that I'm going to show you in gameplay that you really won't need to use the glitch for. It's a money glitch. I didn't find it myself, as a disclaimer, but if you follow any of these tips, you really don't need to do the glitch, but it'll be there for anyone that wants to. So one of the first things, and I'm not going to go through and show you, random clips of all this stuff. I'm just going to free talk through it. But you have your Deadeye. Holding Deadeye drains it extremely quickly. What I do, and I find this works the best, is if you're in a gunfight, aim, shoot, and come out. Automatically refills your rifle too. So you see, I don't have any Deadeye to show you, but if you have Deadeye, let's get some Deadeye here. So you've got Deadeye, right? I've got 12 rounds. Come out of Deadeye and it's instantly filled up there. You can see it went from 12 to 13. And using Deadeye that way, where you just target one enemy, shoot them, come out of it, redo it, it's a lot quicker, saves you a ton of Deadeye. So you can use it through more of the fight than you would holding it down. So your horse, depending on your bond level, your horse's whistle range, there's 2 whistles. So you've got, or the short one, I guess. So just tapping up will call your horse to your location. If you hold it and you're far away, your horse will follow you, or your horse will go to your position and follow you too. And depending on your bonding level with the horse, 1 through 4, the higher your bonding, the further away your horse can be called. Next thing would be, so your satchel. You hold right to open up your satchel, and you've got all these different areas in your satchel. So if you go down to kit and you see your pocket watch here, you have this watches collection. You need to have a watch, or you don't have to, but any of the watches that you pick up from dead bodies, you can select any of these and it will equip that watch skin. And then when you come out, if you hold your menu, you go over to items, and where your binoculars and your camera are, you see I'll have my platinum pocket watch there. You pull it out and you can look at the time, and it's got the platinum skin on. A little bit of immersion there. You can also you can use the camera here. If you pull it out and you're on a flat surface, you see on the right hand side there, yeah, you can underneath my emblem, R3, so clicking in the right thumbstick will bring up a selfie portrait mode, and you can go through expressions and poses and stuff like that. So you can see Arthur's different expressions changing, and then the different poses you can do. Moving on from there, you want to, down in player, this is where you can track your weight and stuff like that for both Arthur and your horse. You want to eat a lot of food. My personal opinion is, for the weight, try to keep it at average. If you're underweight, you get a bonus to stamina. If you're overweight, you get a bonus to health. In between helps your cores out evenly, and I think that's probably the best option. Same thing with your horse. Constantly feed your horse. You see my horse is at fit weight. If it's underweight, you get a bonus, but you also get a disadvantage. If you're overweight, I imagine it's probably the same thing. One thing that I would recommend having is, I'll show you on the map. I don't think I have any bounties. So an issue that I've had playing the game, both on stream and off stream, is if I have bounties in an area that I'm trying to do a mission. So I'll give you the rundown on what happened. I was doing the mission where you have to hunt the white cougar, or the pale cougar, or the albino cougar. I don't know what the hell it was called. And I did the mission, but I had a bounty. And when I tried to go into town to sell the pelt, the bounty was at the level where the town was on lockdown. And if anyone recognizes you when you have a bounty, they'll call the lawman. And if you're recognized by lawmen, the mission resets. And where the town was on lockdown, I couldn't sell my pelt that I got to complete the mission. What ended up happening was I tried to leave the area just a little bit. I tried just to go down to, I think it was in Valentine, I don't know, or maybe it was Strawberry. Maybe it was Strawberry, I don't know. Anyway, I tried to go down to one of the stations to pay off my bounty because I had to, this was the only one that was open, let's say. I think it was Strawberry, I don't know. When I left the town and went a little bit away, it failed the mission on me and said that I left the area. So I had to reload a previous save, pay off my bounty, and it was a hassle. But that being said, bounties can be useful. So I would recommend having a bounty in an area that you're not going to do missions in. That way you can use the bounty hunters that pop up to farm jewelry. And you can do this with gang members too. I would recommend looting everybody you see, but if you have a bounty where the bounty hunters will come after you, and you're in good standing honor, that's another thing we'll talk about in a minute. It pays. You get bonus jewelry and stuff like that and sellable items if you have high honor. So I think when your honor is like at 40% positive, you get 25% discounts in stores, and you get more lootable items you can sell for cash at the fence. Speaking of fences, there is one that you unlock in a mission early on in the game. However, if you don't want to do the mission, like story missions right away, and you're taking your time, on the far right over here, so I'll show you in reference. So this is Valentine, one of the starting towns. If you come over here to the very far right, the Van Horn Trading Post has a fence. You can go there and sell your items at this fence if you don't have the fence already unlocked and you're still a ways away. You can use that. Fast travel is locked. You can't fast travel anywhere right away. You need to go to camp, and once you have the ability to use the ledger, you need to upgrade Dutch's camp or Dutch's tent, and then after that you can upgrade Arthur's tent. When you upgrade Arthur's tent, you unlock the ability to use fast travel. You can only use it one way, so you can only travel from your camp to any other place that you've had unlocked. You can't travel back to camp, but it does save you quite a bit of time. You can store 5 hats. I apologize. You can store 5 hats or maybe it's 5 and 5. I think you can store 5 hats and 5 outfits on your character. Now to do this, let's go back to camp. I'll talk about if no one knows, which you probably do because there's tons of videos about this horse, but this is the best horse you can get without paying any money. It's the White Arabian horse, and its stats are incredible. I'll also show you the saddle that I have on my horse as well, which I think is the best saddle. It's me, leave me alone, Lenny. So back at Arthur, you can do this in general stores too, in the clothing section, or the actual clothing stores too, I think. Or if you are, no, I apologize, not in the clothing stores. When you rent a room, you can do it when you change your clothes at the wardrobe in rented rooms, or you can do it at the camp. Arthur. No Dutch. So when you go to change clothing, you'll see on the right here, you have back, select, and modify. So if I toss, a different shirt on, see, I can save outfit by clicking in R3. You can also modify this and have your collar open or close, your shirt sleeves down or up, and your pants tucked in or out of your boots. But when you save your outfit, you come over here and you tab over to custom outfits, and you see the option to store on horse. So I've got these 2 outfits on my horse, and Yeah, so you can save 5 of them. What I recommend doing is having one for each kind of weather. So you can see here I've got my winter outfit and I've got my summer outfit, so I can use these in both, cold and hot climates. And then I would recommend having an outfit that you only use when you're going to commit crime in cities. So whether you're robbing people, robbing stores, stuff like that, and only use that outfit when you're going to do robberies. Don't use it anymore because the people will remember what you wear. And that's another point. Your bandana. So if you go to items, you hold, your left first button and you go to your bandana, you can equip and unequip it. I can't in here. Your bandana doesn't work as well as a mask would. It works okay, but if you have a full mask, the mask will work better if it hides your full face. You can also take off your gloves too. That's one thing that I didn't know. But you've got your bandana, and if you have gloves on, you can take your gloves off there too. You just L2, R2, and then hold your analog stick over it, and you're good to go. It'll equip and unequip them, so you can do that as well. So if you... Oh, god damn it. What do you want, Susan?
If you're out on your adventures and you see any herbs for seasoning, would you mind grabbing them for me?
Seasoning?
Yes. Don't tell Mr. Pearson.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
I guess that brings up one other tip. You want to talk to everyone. See, I got an item request. You want to talk to everyone and listen to all the conversations and do side quests from your camp. It gives you bonuses. It's smart to do. So if you, on your directional pad, if you tap left, it'll bring up your log of tasks, challenges, and there's no notifications here, but it'll bring up this stuff and you can go through your missions. These are like your main and side missions, then your challenges, and you can look at all these and see what you need to do. If you hold it, it will bring up Arthur's journal, and you can go through and you can read all of this stuff. You can look at it all and see what is what. So this is a really good thing. I would go through the journal. Don't neglect this. There's some really cool stuff in here. Another thing, so I'll show you in the satchel. I think it's under tonics. Horse Reviver. This is huge. Always carry at least one. Try to carry 3. Just keep it maxed. Horse Reviver is huge. There's tons and tons of ways that you can lose your horse or get your horse killed. And it doesn't take an overly long time, but bonding with your horse does take a little bit, and having that max bonding is big. Another thing is maintain your horse and Arthur. Like I said previously, eating, also sleeping, feeding them, brushing the horse, all that stuff. It all boosts, your bonding with your horse, and it boosts your stats. It's good to take care of Arthur and the horse. So I guess I have to go out of the area to show you this. Once we get out of here, I'll be able to, because you can't have weapons in the camp. So once we get out of the camp, I'll show you the next tidbit. I guess I'm showing you one right now. Okay, well, I moved the analog stick in there. The higher your bonding level, navigating through trees, your horse will do it automatically. See, my horse is dodging trees. it's doing it automatically. All you have to do for this is just hold X and don't move the analog stick going through the forest. Just let your horse do it. The higher the bonding level with your horse, the better this will work. Like, see, watch, see, my horse dodged some trees. It's a little hard to tell. I'll try to go right for this one. See, my horse dodged that one. If I'm going a little bit faster here, I'll show you. So I'll go to like a decent gallop. See, my horse moved there? And watch, I'll go, there's some trees here. See, my horse is navigating through these trees. And I'm not doing it. So sometimes it doesn't work like that, but most of the time your horse will navigate through without you doing anything. Just remember not to move your analog stick to try and move the horse itself. Just let the horse's function work. The next thing I'll show you is if you aim your weapon and you hit up on the D-pad, you will aim up in the air like this, and you can shoot up in the air. Just like that. It'll scare away animals, including predators. So if there's like, you know, you have wolves hunting you or something, 9 times out of 10, if you shoot like that, it'll scare them away. It also works for robbing people as well. Shooting in the air will scare them. So one thing with your horse is stamina is huge. If you just constantly mash the gallop button, you're going to drain stamina. Sorry about that, my phone just went off. I apologize. Let me put that on mute. If you constantly mash it, you're going to drain stamina really quick. If you time your taps with the trot or the gallop of your horse, you will spend significantly less stamina and be able to use it for a lot longer. And you will also get up to your max stamina speed or max speed a lot quicker. So we're going to go to a town for this next one, and I think Valentine is the only town that I can show all this next stuff in, so we'll go up here. And I guess I can show you the horse function. So one thing, if you hold in, I don't know what it is on Xbox, but on PlayStation 4, if you hold in the trackpad, you see that cinematic camera thing pop up. If you have a waypoint on your map, you hold X and you have that cinematic camera active, your horse will auto drive, it's kind of like autopilot, to that custom waypoint marker. It's not a be-all end-all. You can still get ambushed by people. You can miss random encounters in this mode because it still is happening real time. It's just you don't have to move the horse. The horse will do it for you. So if you just wanted to hold X and let your horse go, you can do that. But I don't use it very often because I've been killed by random ambushes and stuff like that in this game by doing that. So I like manually controlling the horse. That way I can always have my weapon ready if need be. So one thing to bring up is while we're on our way here, the honor system. I know a lot of people want to be bad, and it's a lot of fun being bad, but and I don't really get this, but being bad in this game has no real benefits. Even though you're an outlaw, I kind of would have figured being bad would have at least some benefits that are better than what they offer. There's only one benefit to being bad, and you only need to be like in the kind of red to gray area. Of course, I'm not paying attention. You don't even need to be full bad to get this. And What it does is it gives you, it's kind of like the opposite of the good one. It gives you bonus to jewelry and stuff like that, but only on lawmen. So only lawmen. It also, when you loot a dead body, you get more tobacco and alcohol, which helps with your dead eye. So being bad really only helps with dead eye. Being good gives you the lootable benefits on every corpse. It doesn't matter if it's a good guy or a bad guy. It gives you you loot more sellable items in general. You get discounts in stores up to 50%. You unlock new outfits that you wouldn't get if you were bad, and people will treat you better in game. There might be more things, but that is what I've found while playing. Horse breaking, another thing. To get this specific horse, you have to break it, and the best way to do that is walk up to the horse, calm it once, and then get your lasso out. Walk up to the horse, lasso it, and then get on the horse. When you do, pull back on the left analog stick and rock it from left to right, whichever opposite way Arthur is falling. So if he's falling to the right, rock it left. But always keep it pulled back and just rock it at the bottom, and you'll break the horse no problem. Another thing, going through the Wild West, you'll see those smoke signals, or not smoke signals, but the smoke from random camps. Always check those camps. Sometimes you'll have bad guys that you can kill for no disadvantage at all, and you can loot their bodies for, like I said, the ammo, the lootable items, that kind of stuff. Other times you'll have people with horses, and scan the horses because you can get rare horses at those camps. It's not a guaranteed spawn, but you can get them. You just have to, it's just RNG. So now that we're in the town, the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is everything to do with the horse stable.
Welcome to you and your horse.
Alright, so you've got 4 main tabs here: manage horse, buy a horse, tack and service, and horse provisions. Manage horse lets you manage whatever horse you want, so we'll go to managing our main horse, Gaia, here. In tack, you've got saddles, saddle bags, stirrups, horns, blankets, and bedrolls. In here, so I have 4 saddles. This one was a pre-order bonus. These 3 are saddles from the Trapper. This is the perfect or legendary bear skin saddle. This is the panther saddle, so the perfect panther pelt. This is the perfect cougar pelt. And some of these are nice. The panther one is, in my opinion, the best one. It gives you the highest stat bonuses. And I wasn't exactly sure. If you don't want to use them, I think this one and this one, these 2 are the best saddles you can get. Or it might even be this one, I don't know. Yeah, maybe, yeah, it's the 2 Gurdon, or, yeah, Gurdon or Gerdon, I don't know. These 2 here, I think, are the best ones. You can,
That's a fact.
you have all the options for stock and improved. Stock versus improved does nothing other than change the look of it. Then you have saddlebags. From what I know, these don't do anything either. From having standard to the large, they do nothing differently, I don't think. Bedroll, again, it's just for
I
cosmetics.
can't tell you how many times I use that one.
I do think
That's
I'm
the same
going to
one I
change
use, too.
this while I'm here. I think that one looks the best. Kind of matches in. But yeah, the panther one that you get from killing a panther and getting a perfect pelt from it, this one gives you the best bonuses. I'll show you that in a second. Then you have grooming. So you've got your main.
Got a
You can go
fancy
through all
string
your
now.
different things and have your different colors. Same thing for the tail. You've got all your different tail options and different colors for the tail too. Down in services, you've got a horse care package and rename horse. Then you've got buy a horse. Your attack and services is the same thing as going in the managed own horses area. And then horse provisions, always keep these stocked. They're cheap and they're good to keep your horse fed. Your horse will eat. If you feed your horse and you have no horse provisions, Arthur will feed him any herbs you've picked up. And herbs are useful, and you don't want your horse eating your herbs. You can also buy Horse Reviver here.
Come back anytime. I'm always happy to stable that horse.
What is the next thing? Oh, next thing would be this. So I found this out, and I think this has also been in a lot of videos too. So if you have your weapon out and you double tap the holster, Arthur will flip the gun. This also does work with the dual pistols. See? You see how he kind of like flips it in and out there? If you want an easy way to boost your honor, fish. Go somewhere and just fish, and every fish that you catch, toss it back. Unless it's a really big fish and you want to keep it. But I'd say 99.9% of the time, just toss the fish back and you'll get bonus to your honor. You can also do chores at your camp. When you're in the camp, it'll show up as a black dot on the map in the camp area. You can do chores. They're really, really easy. It's like carrying water and carrying hay, and you get bonus to your honor system as well. Donating cash gives you bonus to honor. Those are all good things to boost your honor. I would recommend studying all the animals. It helps with getting perfect pelts. That way you can see what the pelt quality is when you find an animal that you've already studied. If you want to nullify the risk of losing a perfect pelt on any medium-sized animal, so like elk, deer, buck, those kind of things, your lasso is your best friend. Creep up to it or ride alongside it with your horse and lasso it. Get off your horse and your guy will do a knife kill, which will keep the pelt in perfect condition. If not, most of the time just aim for the head with the bow and arrow, and use Deadeye as well. Deadeye, you can use it on hunting. Improved arrows, speaking of using the bow and whatnot, improved arrows are OP. I saw a guy that I know, he killed 3 bison in a row with 1 improved arrow. There was video footage of it. And the arrow actually went through the 3rd bison and landed in the ground like 10 feet past it. They're very, very OP. They will kill grizzlies in 1 hit. They'll kill anything in 1 hit. Very, very OP. Another fishing point, if you're looking for the best, to get the best quality fish in the morning. just like in real life, morning and afternoon. And also fishing in the rain attracts more fish. But yeah, so those are all the tips that I can give you right now. I will show you some hunting areas if you guys are looking for that, and then I'll show you the glitch area. If you're looking for gold bars and stuff like that, you can find them on YouTube. There's 3 up around here. So let me find it on the map for you, and I'll show you. Okay, so up here in the Grizzlies East, by Donner Falls, you see this? These are the statues. This is the area. Donner Falls. It's right up here. Valentine is down here. It's right around where the eye is. This is where you can get 3 gold bars. Down here. So you start out. One of your camps is up around here. This is a burned out village. There's a sheriff's office in here. I believe it's this building. There's a gold bar in there. However, if you've looted these already and you can't do that glitch for cash, I will show you one at the end of the video. You guys can skip to it if that's what you're here for solely. But otherwise, there's some hunting tips we'll go through now. So we'll start with areas. You can find cougars and panthers up around here. I think it's cougars are up here in this area, but I've never ran across any of them. I just know you can find them because I've been killed by one up here, but I have never hunted them. You can also find panthers around here, though I've only been killed by one. I haven't hunted them and killed them. If you're looking for the panther location, right around here is where the panthers have spawned for me. So this is right down past Braithwaite Manor by Rhodes and down from St. Denis. So right down at the very edge, pretty much of the map here, this area in here, that's the panther, I guess, there, but it's not that far up. It's closer to the road. Pretty much right around here is where I find them, and I've hunted tons of them there and killed them. Your best time for them, this is just for this one, is between dusk and midnight. So night, or whatever it is, dusk, or I can't remember what it is when you sleep, but just go there at night and you'll find at least one. Moving on to cougars, because these are the 2 animals that are a pain in the ass to find. So I have it marked already. This road right here on the far left hand side of the map, you see the cougar thing here? Don't go all the way up here. Between these 2 markers on the road, you can find them. Generally, I find them more around this area, but I have found them higher up here. But they'll spawn in like a big rectangle around this road. To get them to spawn, people have had trouble with it. I would recommend travel the road once or twice. If you don't see one, they do spawn pretty quickly. So if you don't see one after 1 or 2 passes, set up a camp, sleep, then save your game and load the game up, and one will automatically spawn almost 90% of the time. That's how I got them to spawn, and that's how I completed the Master Hunter Challenge for this. Speaking of the Master Hunter Challenge, I did the cougar part and everything past that up until the last challenge in this area. You need to hunt cougars, you need to catch fish, you need to do things with opossums. The opossum one is kill an opossum when it's playing dead. You can find them here at nighttime always, and they're really easy to spot. just run around this little area here, and when you hear the screeching, that's usually an opossum. Down here in this lake, pretty much like right here, you can stand on the water's edge, and one of the tasks is to kill fish without using, or to harvest fish or catch fish without using a fishing rod. Stand at the water's edge, the fish will swim up to you. All you got to do is shoot the fish, do it 3 times, and that's done. Another one is place herbivore and predator meat and get, one of them to attract to the bait and then kill it. You can do that here, no problem. And you can also do this is where you get the cougars too. So there's that. So that's the best way to finish off the Master Hunter Challenge. And that's how I did it. It was really easy. Now I'm going to show you guys the money glitch if you want to do it. Where is Rhodes? So down by Rhodes, you have this Matic Pond area. What you want to do is you want to place a marker between the C, the D, and the K. Right there. Oh, and before we go, let me show you my horse. So my saddle, the saddle that I have on now gives a 24% regen rate, a 26% core drain rate, and a 20% core drain rate. So both cores drain 20, 26, regen rate is 24. Best saddle in the game by far. So now we'll head to Rhodes and I'll show you the glitch. Really, really easy to do, a lot easier to do than the gold bar glitch. The gold bar glitch can net you more cash at once, but it's a one-time deal and then it's done. This, you can do it as many times as you want until they patch it. So this video is being made on the 5th of November 2018, and so far this glitch still works, and you can come back to it and do it multiple times. It's not, like I said, it's not a one-time deal and then it's done. You can leave it how it is, come back later on, grab some more cash. It'll always be there. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video so far. If there's any tips or tricks that I missed that you think should have been in the video, I went through tons and tons and tons of things and wrote all kinds of things down, and these are the ones that I think are the biggest draw. There's multiple tips and trick videos out there, but I tried to take as many things that I knew rather than say like 10 or 20 or 5, 15. I just took as many as I can and just compiled them into a big list for you. Alright, so we're coming up on the area here. Another tip I would suggest if you're hunting small game, really small game, like squirrels and whatnot, use the small game arrows. They're terrible arrows, but they won't ruin the pelts. Rabbits, if you use the varmint rifle, rabbits and that kind of sized animal, you can kill them with the varmint rifle and get a perfect pelt. I've done it a bunch of times. I thought it was impossible. I thought it would just ruin the pelt all the time, but it doesn't. And it's a lot easier than using the small game arrows. I will also show you on the map once we get here and once I show you this. Actually, I guess I can show you now. So to get the White Arabian horse, from Valentine, you want to go all the way up into the far left, kind of back to where you were before. So Valentine, you want to come across, go past Mount Hagen, Lake Isabella. When you're coming up on the left-hand side of the lake, right around here, this area right here, this is where you'll find the White Arabian. It always spawns there. If you have the White Arabian and you lose it, it dies or gets stolen and you can't find it, you can go back to that exact same spot and get it again. I lost my horse in a really weird glitch type thing. I died and my horse was alive, and when I spawned back in, it had like duplicated the starting horse and removed this horse from my game, or my whatever it would be called. So it replaced this horse with one of the other starting horses, which was terrible. So I went back up there and it does respawn. So if you lose this horse, just go back to where you broke it the first time and you can get it again. Another thing, when you're on your horse, down by your knife, if you hit L2 or R2, it'll equip your lantern into your inventory. If you don't, if you're off your horse and you don't have the option to switch from your knife, so if you don't have that L2 R2, it means you have to grab it off of your horse, and then it'll be in your inventory. And as well, when you have the knives equipped, hitting left or right on the D-pad will switch your knives. So I have the antler knife here equipped, not the standard hunter knife. Alright, so we're pretty much here now. And I don't like doing this. I can show you guys my cash. I have $14,000. That's all from looting bodies. Like I said, being good does help. It gets you a lot of stuff. And I'll show you my satchel. Most of my stuff is full. You see, I've got 5, 5, 5. All this is maxed, and you saw I had 5 of each watch. You sell these, that's a couple $100, and you know you're gonna loot people anyway. So why not, right? So right here, you see this tree stump? There's a box underneath it. Right? Open the box. Don't take anything, just open it. Then what you want to do is you want to go down to story, save your game. So don't take anything out, just open the box and then save. Exit out once and then load that save up. When you do, take everything. And as you see, I can take the billfold as many times as I want. It's only $20, but you do this a few times. Run around for a second. Take canned vegetables. Take billfold. It constantly stays there. But yeah, that is the money glitch. It's right here on the map. I'll show you one more time. Matic Pond. It's right here. Right by the sea. Matic Pond is just up from Rhodes. Right there. So if you want to do the money glitch, you can. I personally don't feel the need to do it. I like having the little struggle of money, but I've never ran into cash problems because I keep in the good standing and I just loot every body. I always have ammo. I never run out of ammo, and I always have those things to sell, the different, money bags and buckles and stuff like that. But yeah, one last thing that I will tell you guys. So your beard and your beard growth, your hair will grow to 7 as a max. You can't get it past 7. Your beard will grow to 10. However, after 6, you need to start using hair tonics. Hair tonics double the rate. And once your hair grows, so say your hair grows from 6 to 7, you get a beard from 6 to 7. Once it hits that, you need to sleep, die, go into a cutscene. You need it to break with that little, reprieve. And once you sleep or die or go through the cutscene, then your beard can grow another length. Using 3 hair tonics, it takes a while. It's usually every 15 days, I think. Your beard will grow 1 length. Mine currently is not at max. I think mine is at 7 or 8. But you can get it to 10 by doing that. There's some beard full walkthrough videos that you can probably find on YouTube now. But that's just what I've been able to figure out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, let me know. Any tips or tricks or anything like that that I missed that you think should have been in, just leave them in the comments below. Maybe I don't even know about them. Anyway, you all have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.